Hello everyone and welcome back to Sonic Rumble Player Spotlights. Today's spotlight is someone very special, someone you very much know in Sonic Rumble. You've probably come across them a lot, a spring cream over the past few months, and that is Hatsune Miku. So let's go ahead and get right into the interview. Just a heads up, this is another text interview, much like Isaac's son. Any and all answers provided by Hatsune Miku will be provided in a light blue text. How long have you been a Sonic fan, and what's your history with Sonic? I've been a Sonic fan since I was 4 to 5, watching Sonic Sat AM and Underground. My first ever Sonic game was Sonic Heroes and Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, even though I was more of a Mario fan. So you actually got in around Sonic Sat AM and Underground, so you are a pretty big OG fan, I would imagine, when it comes to Sonic cartoons at least. But it is interesting that your first game ended up becoming Sonic Heroes and Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games. Those are both really good entry points, I think. I know my friend Fez's first game was Sonic Heroes as well. It definitely is not a weird starting point, and Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games was just a lot of fun. So it is interesting to see that you are more of a Mario fan getting into Sonic around that time. So that's pretty cool. How did you learn about Sonic Rumble? I learned about Sonic Rumble on Twitter, when it was still called Sonic Toys Party. Though I didn't participate in the closed beta, I only started playing when the pre-launch one was announced and released. Yeah, I think a lot of people, I was talking with Volcomio about this, but I think a lot of people did unfortunately learn by the leak of Sonic Toys Party, which is very unfortunate for it to have leaked. This definitely feels like something that would have probably been received better, or would have been even more exciting if it hadn't leaked. But, you know, what can you do? That's the way of the internet, unfortunately. At least you were able to, you know, get in with pre-launch one. What's your favorite character or skin to play as? Cream, Rider's Cream, Ruby Cream, and Spring Cream. Yeah, I was the first person ever to have her gold banner during the Season 0. I mostly main Cream, but I also sometimes play as Blaze, Riders and Gold Blaze, Amy, Valentine Amy, Popstar Amy, Gothic Amy, Riders and Crystal Amy, and Tails, Winter Tails, Detective Tails, and Sailor Tails. That's probably why I have Tails and Amy's gold banners already too. Not a bad selection of characters, and also I think you are the very first person that I've come across that like really mains Cream when it comes to this player spotlight series. So it is nice to see that Cream is getting some kind of spotlight from somebody high up in the leaderboard. And yeah, again, I know you mostly from playing as Spring Cream majority of the time, so it's pretty cool that you know we're here and doing this interview. So I appreciate your time. What's your favorite stages? My favorite run stages are Chemical Plant Run 2, Green Hill Run 2, Silent Forest Run 2, Desert Ruins Run, Green Hill Run 3, and Frozen Factory Run. Survival stages are Green Hill Survival, Silent Forest Survival, Seaside Hill Survival 2, Chemical Plant Survival, and Starlight Carnival Survival. Favorite hunt stages are Green Hill Hunt, Frozen Factory Hunt, and Pinball Carnival Hunt. Favorite team is Green Hill Team. And favorite ring battles are Green Hill Ring Battle, Seaside Hill Ring Battle, Lava Mountain Ring Battle 1, Lava Mountain Ring Battle 2, and Desert Ruins Ring Battle. Those are pretty good stage selections. I'd say that some of these are pretty high up there. We just recently did a tier list on the channel, so I definitely know where some of these rank amongst some people within the community after going through that. Though it is interesting that I didn't see one Sky Sanctuary stage, so you might be the first person I've come across that doesn't really like a Sky Sanctuary stage. What's your current rank, and are you aiming for anything in particular? Currently 6th in total points leaderboard. I'm not really aiming for anything in particular, unless it's to unlock a banner. I just play a lot for fun, and mostly squads. If it weren't for the fact my profile has a lot of upgrades, I wouldn't even be that high in the leaderboard. That is true. Upgrades go a long way with boosting your overall global score. So if you really want to climb the leaderboards, just make sure that you have all the upgrades. But we'll be getting into that in just a little bit here. Any tips or tricks you can give to people wanting to take the game more competitively? Just buy, upgrade everything. Emotes, buddies, and passes, including the events ones. And have a lot of free time. You can easily climb up in the leaderboard if you buy everything, or you could just go for the free-to-play route and play a lot of matches. Playing in party with friends makes the grind a lot more bearable and entertaining. Even though I kind of don't like playing in parties because most of the time they don't attack one another, making it kind of unfair for others who aren't playing in a party because they could get targeted by a whole party if they have the crown. Yeah, I totally get that. That is like the downside, and also another upside to why I feel like squads would probably make more for a fun permanent mode. And finally, if you could suggest one thing or provide feedback to the devs about something, what would it be? I would like squads to be a permanent mode. The friend limit to be increased because 25 is barely enough. It has been requested a lot since Season 0. A fix for desyncs and disconnection bugs because it's really annoying, especially in Frozen Factory Ring Battle and Sky Sanctuary 2 Ring Battle with the chests. Yeah, I definitely agree with most of this feedback towards the devs. You know, squads being a permanent mode, I can understand why they don't have it as a permanent mode as of right now, because it would most certainly become the overall permanent mode for most people. I feel, compared to Ring Survival, I feel like a lot of people would migrate over the squads and playing squads more, and they probably just don't want a huge amount of, like, I don't know, diverted traffic between two modes. But hopefully with global launch, there will be enough players within the game itself to help maintain the balance between squads and Ring Survival. The friend element definitely needs an update. I know that's something that a lot of people have been pushing. I've seen a few content creators also pushing it as well, because they want to add more people on their friends list. And desync and disconnection has just, I mean, from this interview, I feel like some of it has gotten a little bit better. I don't really know for Frozen Ring Factory Ring Battle and Sky Sanctuary Ring Battle 2 all that much, but when it comes to certain stages like Chemical Plant Hunt, Green Hill Hunt, and other stages, as we discussed while doing the tier list for the stages, there is a lot of desync in some stages that, you know, if you need to, again, disable the stages and bring them back at a later point in time, that wouldn't really affect the overall opinion on the game, I don't think. But that was the interview with Hatsune Miku. Again, I want to thank you so much for participating in this interview and allowing me to interview you for this player spotlight. So let me know in the comments down below who you would like to see for the next player spotlight, and I will do my best to get them on. I do have kind of a backlog right now, which is why this one's coming out a little bit later than I usually do post it. Then again, I'm not sure if this is coming out any later than I usually do post. It just feels like it's very late in the day. If you want to keep up with more Sonic Rumble content or just Sonic content in general, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. Be sure to leave a like, share around with your friends, and again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.